This is another one of those videos, like the one I did 2 days ago, going down with the ship, that isn't meant to be a depressing thing, or isn't meant to be a fatalistic or negative in any way. It's just a fact, and that's all it is. And like going down with the ship, it is just a fact that I can see the end. So what, But I mean, it does, when you cogitate over it, it leaves you with some consequences. The consequences of potential consequences of current actions, consequences of past actions. The more important emphasis on the consequence of current actions. One of the things I love about the perspective and the apprehension of the end is the way that it causes me to take action now. And this video right now is more about being comfortable with inaction. I'm sitting here eating my breakfast, and I'm watching, just getting ready to go to work, and I'm watching a video about drone video surfing over at the Wedge in Newport, near where I'm going to be living. I was at the Wedge. It's a famous surf spot in Newport, and I'm watching this. And this is my home turf. This is where I grew up. I learned to surf in Huntington Beach. Newport's just down the road, and I'm watching the guys. You can watch a little bit. I'm watching the guys do their boogie boarding, bodyboarding, and surfing on these amazing waves with the drone taking pictures of it. I see the guy there. A little hard, they can't quite get it to catch the guy all the time, and there's the drone coming back, and there's the waves. And there, I love this channel, Droned Out. Great drone videos. And I'm sitting here eating my oatmeal. That's kind of like a mix of stuff. It's like wheatina and some healthy stuff in there. I've got on there. I'm sitting here eating it, and a strange thought. I'm looking at this, and I'm thinking, that's really neat. I would love to be there. And then I realized I would love to be there, standing on the beach, watching those guys do that. I don't want to be in the water. And I went, whoa, that's a big change, because back in the day, even just a decade ago, I would have wanted to be out in the water surfing. And I'm not saying that age has made me incapable of doing that. I'm perfectly capable of doing that. I need a little physical fitness. I'm not in great shape. My friend Eric Berg is in very good shape. He's still a surfer. He's exactly my age, and he would be out there doing it. So it's 50-year-olds can take these different, but for me, I've lost the interest to actually be out there. I'd rather just kind of watch it. I mean, I still have my adventures that I want to do, but they're less and less. It's another piece of that change that seems to be happening as the years are unfolding, and I'm becoming more comfortable with I don't want to say sedentary action, but I'm comfortable with less. That doing less, more. I can vicariously enjoy these things more than I could before. When I was 20, watching some guys heading up to the beach and surfing, I would have been chomping at the bit. Oh, I want my board. I want to get out there, and that's a good thing. But now I can kind of say, oh, let them go, watch them do it, and it reminds me of what those old people told me when I was working in a convalescent hospital in college. I've talked about this before. Trying to working my way through school, I worked on weekends at a convalescent home. And this was a convalescent home where old people went in to finish off their days. And one of them told me one day that nothing makes them happier than to see young people enjoying life. And that always stuck in my mind. He says, I enjoy watching young people enjoying life and being happy. And I can feel that. And it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling. I don't feel like I need to be out there in it so much anymore. Maybe that's where the word retire comes from, is to kind of retire back from the fray, to settle back from the midst of it all, and to watch from the sideline. And I know that this has this sound, the tone of resignation, of giving up, of pulling out of the system, of leaving the fight. And that has a negative feeling to me as well. I don't like it for that much. I don't like it that much. And if I just heard the words, what I'm saying now wouldn't sit well with me. But it does sit well with me because I'm the one that's experiencing, watching the wedge and simply thinking, I would love to be there, watching them have fun. Yeah. I wonder if that's because I'm sated. Is the word satiated? To satiate. How do you say it? I'm sated? I think that's the way you say it. I've had a lot of that. That probably has something to do with it. I think that does. I'll just add one more thing before I finish this video. One of the great things that I've been thinking lately about the great adventure of going to Japan. Going to Japan, taking Emily. We went to Japan. My wife and I went to Japan to take Emily there, to let her experience Japan for her childhood, and then we wanted to make a teenager trip, bring her back here when she was a teenager. I've shared that before. So the actual cost of that experience was about $300,000. It cost Yumiko and I $300,000, about as much as a good college education. $300,000 to, pull up roots here in the States, move to Japan, spend 10 years there, and then come back. But I was thinking recently about the fruits of that investment. Our main focus was the fruits for our daughter to have the benefit of getting to know her family in Japan, living next door to her in-laws and being in the community surrounded by her family. They've been in that village for 400 years in that one place. It's all relatives everywhere. Learning the Japanese language, the culture, going to school there, learning I keep saying that word. I like that word lately, but it is a paradigm, the Japanese paradigm of life, the Japanese way. That alone was worth the investment, and the trials and everything. But you know what else? Before we went, I was this chomping guy, like I said before, kind of chomping at the bit for adventure in life. I wasn't satisfied. We had a beautiful home here in California, and I wasn't satisfied. We had anything we wanted, because I was doing pretty well then. And I wasn't satisfied. It wasn't enough. I needed to get out there and have that life, that great life adventure of risking it all in a way, so to speak, and going out there and doing that. And then coming back now. And kind of similar to this wedge thing, I'm satisfied with life in general for the most part now. I'm back, and I'm back. I'm in a worse situation than when I left to go to Japan, because I don't have the $300,000 anymore. But I'm happier than I ever was before, because I went out and did it, just like I did when I was younger, when I would go out in the waves and go out hiking and go out motorcycle riding and all that stuff. Now in older age, those things are less dreams as much as satisfying memories. And to watch the ambitions of younger people going out and setting off on their own adventures is quite satisfying. I wonder if that's part of the reason why I'm not so strongly motivated. And the timing is just right. Because I really do want to spend these years with my wife and family. It doesn't mean I'm not going to adventure, but the drive is less there. The adventures now would be more of a weekend of golf than a drive from necessity. A seeking after some sort of satisfaction in the wild. It'll be less seeking and less and more going. That didn't come out the way I would want it to come out, but you think you know what I mean? I think I found what I was looking for in the wilderness. I know that, and I call it the great indifference. I'm mixing a lot of stuff here. If you've seen some of my videos on this subject, I played with adventure for a while in my first year back, and I talked a lot about the great indifference, especially in the poetry write, especially over on my blog. It's nothing mystical or spiritual or anything like that. It's just the great emptiness out there, and that was a lesson in its own. Boy, I've gone on a little farther, and I've mixed a lot in this. lot to think about this point in my life. 50 year of 50 is a big one for me. A lot of reflection, a lot of experience, a lot of preparation to move forward before the end comes. Again, not sit with despair or a sense of loss, but a sense of gratitude that I know it's coming, so I can make the most of what I got now. And with that, I'll say goodbye. Take care, everybody. Thanks for watching. I got to get to work. Just to finish my meal.